Hi all. In the last session, we have checked how to connect to Snowflake and read the data from a table, from the Snowflake table. In this session, we will check how to write some data into a Snowflake table. So, so the connection that I had, so I'll use the existing job that I had earlier. So here the connection was for this particular schema, for this particular database, Snowflake sample data, and the schema name is tpchsf1. This was the inbuilt table that was created by Snowflake when I created a temporary trial account. So this was the database that was already created. But I can't write to this particular database. I will not be having that right access to that. So for that, what I did, I created a database by myself, that is SamDB, and then I created a schema, that is SAM schema. So if any table is there, I will be writing those tables into this particular schema in the database. So, so is the database and all those are mentioned here as Snowflake sample data, and I will be loading the data into SamDB. So I need to create one more schema. I have already created that. For Snowflake write, I created a Snowflake write schema. Let me check that. So here you can see the rest all things are same as it is. Here only the schema name and the database has changed. And if I click on test, it will be successful. And then I can click on next and follow the same process that we had earlier. Only in this particular connection, schema and database has changed. So what I can do, I can to write the data into a table, I can use t snowflake output. So you can see I have a component t snowflake output. Let me drag it here. So I can directly connect to this tdb input, but I'll connect it to this tlog row. That also I can do. So whatever the output for this tlog row is, that will be ingested into t output. So here I need to provide all the details. First of all, I need to provide the connection details. Here I can't use that existing connection, that is a snowcon, okay, because that is for a different database. So what I'll do, I'll select this database as Snowflake, and I will go to this property type. Instead of built-in, I'll use the repository. Let me click on this metadata. I'll use Snowflake write. So rest all things are already populated here. Then what I can do, I need to select the proper table. I can click on this 3 dots. It will search for what all tables we have. So you can see for the time being in this particular schema, I have one table, that is test table. Okay. Suppose say I want to use a different table. I can do that. I can use custom object. Let me make it test 123 as the table name. So I'm not using any existing table. I'll be creating a new table. So let me use test 123. So the edit schema. So whatever is there in tlog row, it automatically got migrated to this tdb output. So here, if you see what is the next option, table action. In this table action, there are few options like none. None means no need to do any action on the table. Drop create means it will first drop the table and then it will try to recreate. Create means it will create the table, but if the table already exists, then it will throw the error. Uh, Create if not exist means if the table exists, then it will not create. If the table does not exist, then only it will create. And this option drop if exist and create means if the table already exists, then first it will drop the table and then it will recreate. Clear means it will clear all the data from the table and then the rest action will be done. Truncate means it will truncate all the data from the table and then whatever the next course of action is there, it will be doing that. Is I don't have this test 123 currently in my database. You can see here, I don't have this test 123 in my this SAM schema. So what I would be selecting, I'll be selecting this particular create option. Okay. And what is the output action? So what all are the options here? You can see here I have insert, update, upsert, and delete. So what will insert do? So whatever the data I get it from source, I'll simply insert the data into the table, into the target table. Update means it will try to update the data on the, if there, suppose there are 4 records in my output, and if the similar record comes based on the key column, then it will be updating. Upsert means if any new record is coming based on the key column, it will insert, else it will update. Delete means, so whatever the record I'm getting from tdb input, if that record is already present on the output based on the key column, it will delete the data from the target table. So these all are the options I have. So this is my job done. So one thing we should be keeping in mind. So whenever we open any connection, any Snowflake connection, we should be closing during the end of the day and during the end of the job. So for that, as you can see, this is T connection. So I have a T Snowflake close connector also. So I'll just drag it and drop it here. And if I go to the properties, so I will use databases Snowflake and connection component. So if you see here, I'll get this snowcon component. This is the Snowflake connector component it will be showing. So in this particular job, how many components are there? How many Snowflake connector components are there? It will show all of them. I'll select this particular option. So the properties for this T Snowflake close is done. So now what I'll do, I should be closing this connection once this DB output is successfully done. So for that, what I'll do, I'll right click on it. I'll click on trigger on component. Okay. Then I'll connect here. That means on component. Okay. Means once the action is performed successfully in TDB output, then this DB close connector, this DB close component should be activated and it will be triggered and it will close the connection. So now the job is completely done. Let me run the job. Now you can see one record was pulled and here after T log row, it was blue earlier. Now it became green. That means whatever the data come from T log row that got successfully inserted into TDB output. Then you can see after this TDB output is there, we can see a OK symbol here. That means this on component OK. It means that this component is successful. That's why it came to this particular part. So now let me check, do we have the table created or not? If you see, my table name is test123. Let me refresh the schema name and the DB. Now you can see I have test 1, 2, 3, and one record got inserted because I have used limit 1. Let me try to rerun this job once again. And you will see, let's see what's the result. I'm just rerunning the same job. I'm not doing any other modification in the job. Now it failed. So why it failed? Let's see the error. You can see, and the error is test 1, 2, 3 already exist. Okay. So what is the error? Is test 1, 2, 3 is already is present in the database. So it is throwing the error because it will not be able to recreate the table because it already exists. So how to mitigate such type of issue? So we have other options, like if we want to recreate the table each and every time it gets loaded. So instead of create, we can use drop create, or we can also use drop if exist and create. Okay, so drop create means it will try to drop the table first and then it will create. So in case the table is not present, then it will throw error. Drop if exist and create means if the table is present, it will drop. If the table is not present, it will not drop, it will create the table. So let me click on this. So mostly drop create and drop if exist and create is almost same. The only difference is drop means it will always try to drop the table first, but in case the table is not present, it will throw the error. Drop if exist means it will check if the table is present. Yeah, the table is present in the database. That means then it will go for the drop option, then it will create. So let me select this particular option. Let me rerun it. You can see one record got parsed here. Then it is trying to insert one record. You can see currently it is in blue. Now it become green because the data got successfully inserted into the table. Let me check the data. So now you can see what is the time. Earlier it was created at 12:04 p.m. Let me refresh it. Now you can see 12:04 p.m. Now you can see 12:08 p.m. because it got recreated, and as it got recreated, one table got inserted. Let's go and check for the other options. If I select on table action none, that means it will not do anything. It will not do any action item on the table. It will, and if I select insert, then it will simply insert the data into the table. Let me run this. Now let it run successfully first. Yeah. Now let's refresh the data once again in the table. So you can see two records are there with the same key, cust key. Okay. Now let's check for the other options. Okay. So as I selected insert, it will keep on inserting the table and inserting the data as and when we get the record. Now let me use delete. Okay. Delete means it will, whatever the data I get it from here, it will try to delete the data from the table. Okay. So let me run it. Let's see, is it successfully running or not? You can see there is a failure. What is the failure? If you see, updating operation requires a key. So as I'm trying to delete, how the system will know that which particular record I need to delete. So I have not mentioned any key. So that's why it is not able to do the delete operation. So to overcome this issue, what I can do, I can go to this edit schema, and in the output, I can mention which one is my key column in this from this schema. Let's make customer key as my key column. So once I select this, you can see it a key column comes here. So then I'll click on OK. Let me run this once again. So now let's check the data. We have used delete option. So currently I have two records with 60001. Let me refresh the data. So now you can see there is no data in my table, jury records, because my key column is 60001, and whatever records we had in the table, in the target table with 60001, those got deleted. Let me insert the data once again. So now I should be having one record here with 60001. Okay, so one record got inserted into the table. Let me explore the other options that we have. Let's use update. Let's use update here. Okay, and let me do some tweak in the input. Okay, this. So currently 60001 was there in the table. I'll use 60002. And what is the option I'm using? I'm using update. And just ensure that whenever you select update, you should have a key defined here. If you don't have the key defined here in this schema, then it will fail. Now let me run. So currently in the table, I have the record with 60001, and here it is trying to pull the record 60003. Let's see what happens in the table. You can see the in T log row, I'm getting 60002. But let me check the table. Here also it is successful. Let me check the table. If you see the data in the table, I still have 6001. 6001. Why it is still 6001? Because here I have selected update. So update based on the key column, that is cust key, is in the source I'm getting 6002, and I don't have any entry in my target table with 60002. So that's why no operation. So that update query is not updating any of the record, as we don't have that key column in my target. So that's why it is not getting updated. Now let me use Upsert. So what this Upsert will do? So if the record, like in the target I have 6001, if same record, same key column comes from source, it will update the rest all columns based on the key column. If any other key column that is not present in my target, that is test 123, if that is not present in the target, then it will insert, update and insert. If the same key comes, then it will update. If any different key comes, then it will go for insert operation. So I have selected this Upsert. So now if I go to advanced setting, there I have one option, use schema key for Upsert. So what it will do, whatever key columns you have mentioned in the schema key, that is schema key means here, whatever key you have mentioned here, that is cust key, it will use the same key for Upsert. But if you want to use any other key apart from that, let me unselect this, use schema key for Upsert. I have just unselected that. Let's go to basic setting once again. Now you can see, as I have unselected that, it is asking me what will be my key column. So I can select the appropriate key column. If I'm not trying to use the same key column that is present in edit schema, I can change it here. So let me use cust key. No issues in that. Let me use that for the time being. Now let me run it. So if you see in the source, I have put a filter on 60002. So 60002 is a new record. As it is a new record, it should insert the data. If the same record is coming, it will be updating. So let me run it. So now let's see the data in the table. So currently I have 60001. Let me refresh the data. Now I can see two records has come. One is 60001, which was there earlier. As this key was not present, it is inserting the data. So this is how the update insert works. If the same key comes, it will update. If a different key comes, it will be inserting the data. So this is how I can write the data into a table. Let me use other option, like instead of none, let me use truncate, and let's see the data. Let me simply insert now. So currently, if you see here, I have two records in my table. Now, as I am using truncate table action, so first of all, it will truncate all the data that is present in the table. That means if I rerun it once again, then only all these two records would get deleted, and 60002 records would get inserted. Let me run it. Now let's check the data. So currently I have two records. Now if I see, I have only one record, that is 60002. So this is how I can write the data into my Snowflake table. And once I open the connection, I should be closing it. That is a best practice. I should be closing all the connection before I complete the job. So this is how I can close the connection. I hope this session is helpful for you. If this session is informative, then please like and share the video and subscribe my channel for further updates. Thanks everybody.